Verse 2. As newborn babes.
As what? As what?
As newborn babes.
As what?
As newborn babes.
Did you hear that? It says now you gotta be brand new. You gotta have a spiritual detox of the lunar Sabbath. You gotta spiritually detox yourself from this lunar Sabbath. And the only way to detox is by these living waters. By these living waters. You need to wash your, get washed, you make you clean. John 15. You gotta be washed up and be made clean.
That's right.
Yeah, you can get the washing.
As newborn babes. Desire the sincere milk of the word.
You know it all. Like you're overly sanctified by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. When you come up short just as much as people that ain't even in the truth. Creeping around with Edomite women. With dog spit all over you, man. Looking like a damn retard in the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Remove the beam out of your own eye so you can see clearly to take the more out of your brother's eye.
That's right.
Thou hypocrite. Come on.
Right.
So read that again, Baba Kashar.
Okay. I just wanted to play just a little bit of that, just to show just 2 points that I'm going to touch on real quick, because I don't know what is up with people with this Friday sundown to Saturday sundown Sabbath situation, and also sin being with the woman of the other nation. And that's basically what he was touching on when he said sleeping with these Edomite women. It's basically what he was touching on. Talking about it's basically he's saying that it's a sin to be with those women of the other nations, which is not according to the scriptures whatsoever. So I just want to touch on those 2 quick points. But first and foremost, I want to give all praises unto Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushua, B'Hashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Shalom to you brothers pushing this truth all over the earth. So, as you've seen, they go by this Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, which is not that's not biblical at all, man. Our forefathers were not practicing that at all. And where is Friday and Saturday in the scriptures, man? For them to be doing that. Where does it say that they kept it on Friday sundown to Saturday sundown? The moon was made for a reason, to serve its purpose, so we know the times, the seasons, the days. That's what the moon is there for, man. Not just to sit up in the sky and just look pretty and all that, man. It dictates the times. It dictates the days. That's how we know, man. And that's how our forefathers went off of. And in the scriptures, it talks about the new moon, it talks about the Sabbath. Every time it talks about the new moon, you see the Sabbath right after that, because they go hand in hand. The new moon is a Sabbath. And we're going to prove it. So, touch on this real quick. I don't understand what is difficult about that, and I don't know who they end up learning, more than likely, from the elders apostles of GMS. But then here it is that y'all kept the name Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. You kept those names, but all of a sudden the rest of what they're teaching us is not right. The Sabbath is wrong, brother. But you kept the names, and you still call on those names. Those are right. But the Sabbath is wrong. Come on, man. So let's get this. Amos 8:5. Saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn? What is going on right here? It says, saying, when will the new moon be gone, that we may sell corn? If the new moon is not a Sabbath, then why are they asking, can they sell corn on the I say, why are they asking when would the new moon be gone so that they can sell corn? Because what do we know that we cannot do on the Sabbath? We cannot. There's supposed to be no buying, no selling, cooking, and so on and so forth. So if the new moon is not also a Sabbath, then why can't they sell corn? It says, and the Sabbath that we may set forth wheat, making the ephah small and the shekel great, and falsifying the balance by deceit. So what is it talking about? Because you're not supposed to be doing work on the Sabbath. The Sabbath is a rest day. So what is going on here? Is that determined by the moon, or is that determined by Friday sundown and Saturday sundown? It's determined by the moon. The moon serves for its purpose, and let's get this in Apocrypha. To further back up the point, there's many scriptures on the moon, but let's get this real right here. Slakia. Ecclesiasticus, Slakia, or Sirach 43, and I'm gonna start at 1. The pride of the height, the clear firmament, the beauty of heaven with his glory show. The sun when it appears, declaring at his rising a marvelous instrument, the work of the Most High. At noon it parcheth the country, and who can abide the burning heat thereof? A man blowing a furnace is in works of heat, but the sun burneth the mountains 3 times more, breathing out fiery vapors, and sending forth bright beams. It dimmeth the eyes. Great is the Lord that made it, and at his commandment runneth hastily. He made the moon. Okay, he made the moon. Let's find out for what. Also to serve in her seasons, for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. For the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully, and her changing, being an instrument of armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. The beauty of heaven, the glory of the stars, and the ornament giving light in the highest places of the Lord. So what does it say? Let's read 6 again. It says, he made the moon also to serve in her seasons, for a declaration of times and signs of the world. And what is one of the signs of the world? We know when the Sabbath takes place for the new month. That's also what the moon is for, man. That's what the moon is for. If we and they weren't going on, where could you find an account of our forefathers going off this calendar that we go off today, in today's time? Where is that in the scriptures, man? It's not in there, man. Here it is, y'all use the moon. Y'all use the moon for everything else but the Sabbath. And when you're going into the law, all the days, the feast days, like the feast of dedication, all that stuff is based off the moon, what month it is, and then you go by the day. So what are these people talking about? But that we use the moon for everything else but the Sabbath. The Sabbath is not the moon, but we use everything else for the moon though. That makes no sense. That's confusion. And these people are leading people astray back to that Friday sundown or Saturday sundown stuff, man. And it's the same way that the people that's in our land keep the Sabbath, that Saturday worship stuff. You falling after them. People that's pretending to be you, and you falling off to their customs instead of your own, man. Let's get this real quick. It makes no sense. It's just utter confusion, man, with that Friday sundown to Saturday sundown stuff, man. Romans 16 and 17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. What did the Apostle Paul say? Let's read that again, man. It says, now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrines which ye have learned, and avoid them. Avoid those men that that is speaking something that you have not learned, man. Contrary to the truth. Mark them and avoid them. You're not supposed to be fellowshipping around with them, hanging around, brother. We can all come together, unity camp, even though we don't believe the same thing. And those, that group, I'm pretty sure, believes the mark of the beast is the chip. Yeah, they got everything else right, but the Sabbath is wrong, brother. Follow everything of GMS, but they got the Sabbath wrong. And here you come, here you come to correct the teachers, man. That's complete madness right there. It's complete and utter madness. So you coming into this thing and apostles been in here 30 plus years, 20 plus years, and you coming in new, and you just got all the truth with you. You just got every ounce of truth with you in the scriptures, man. Like Yahushua came down here and sat with you and taught you everything. Come on, man. And let's touch on this real quick, because the point he brought on the Edomite women. Why did he bring that up? Why did he say that? Let's get this. 1 Kings 11:1. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites, of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye should not go. Ye should not go into them, neither shall they come into you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love, and he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord his power, as was the heart of David his father. For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of Zidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord, and went not fully after the Lord, as David his father. So, was the sin of King Solomon, was it the sin of being with the women of other nations? No. He started going off once he started building temples and worshiping the other nations' gods. It's like I couldn't spit that out. That's where the sin was, man. Not him being with the other nation. It was him turning his heart from the Most High and worshiping the other nation's gods. That's where the sin was, man. And that, I'm pretty sure that's the point that he was getting to, man, because he said sleeping with these Edomite women. And in the kingdom, you not think we're gonna have nations, women of other nations as wives? Let's get that. Let's find out. Because you pretty sure we all know that the seed goes from the man. It comes from the man. So whatever you put your seed in, it does not matter. It doesn't matter what the mother is, because the lineage is determined by the father. Deuteronomy 21 and verse 10. When thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and the Lord thy power hath delivered thee into thine hands, and thou hast taken them captive, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman. Is this talking about our people? No, it's talking about the other nations. And hast a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. Oh, that's a sin, brother. No. There's a lot of groups out here teaching it's a sin to be with the other nations, man. Let's keep going. Then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head, and pare her nails, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thine house, and bewail her father and her mother a full month. And after that thou shalt go in unto her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. And it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, then thou shalt let her go whither she will, but thou shalt not sell her at all for money. Thou shalt not make merchandise of her, because thou hast humbled her. Where is the sin in that? Where is the sin? Where is the sin of you being with that woman in that? It's in the kingdom. You're going to have nations of the other woman. I mean, it's like you're going to have women of the other nations. So what's the problem with that? And there, it doesn't matter who you have the children by. It can be an Ammonite, it can be an Edomite woman. It doesn't matter. Why? Because you're an Israelite. So your seed, when you plant in that woman, when that child comes out, is going to be an Israelite. So it does not matter what you put your seed in. And there's many accounts of our forefathers having women of the other nations and multiple wives. But now is not the time. We're not in the time of trying to have 8 wives and all this stuff. It's not the time for that. Let's get this real quick. A lot of people get stuck on that Sabbath situation. But let's see what this says. I don't want to start. I'm going to start 10. Matthew 13 and verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Who was he that answered? Yahushua. Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. These brothers obviously don't understand that the Sabbath is not dictated by Friday and Saturday sundown, man. It's dictated by the moon. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which saith, By hearing ye shall hear and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see and shall not perceive. So you can hear and see people break down the scriptures plainly, but you're just not going to understand it, man. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their eyes and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest any time they shall see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and shall understand with their heart, and shall be converted, and I shall heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your eyes, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and not heard them. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. And it goes in to a parable. So I don't understand what these knuckleheads right here, and that's how you started the video. You knuckleheads. I don't understand what they don't understand about that. Let's go back to the beginning. I'm gonna play a little bit of this, and that's pretty much it, man.
truth, you got to deal with a lot of knuckleheads.
That's right.
Because the nation of Israel is full of a bunch of knuckleheads.
That's right.
You understand? That's why
He's calling people knuckleheads, but you're the main knucklehead, man.
the Lord said, I've made your faces hard against their faces.
That's right.
Stiff necks. There you go.
Verse 2. As newborn babes.
As what? As what?
As newborn babes.
As what?
As newborn babes.
Did you hear that? It says now you gotta be brand new. You gotta have a spiritual detox of the lunar Sabbath. You gotta spiritually detox yourself from this lunar Sabbath. And the only way to detox is by these living waters.
By these living waters. You gotta detox. Go to the comment board. Let's see what's going on here, man. Nothing but a whole bunch of lost souls on here, man. Teach, brother, teach. All praises to the Most High. Teach, teach, teach. Oh, man. Got this brother over here. Like, you guys are stumbling over the new moon. You boys better fast and pray. Bring it out, Ak. GMS always go off. This brother's in the spirit. Ellie, WFI Detroit, the tribe of Gad. And this is why right here. Look at this.
West Chicago, Illinois, +1.
This is why right here. Look at this. Deacon Sakari and HUKOIC Study Hall, whatever group that is, man. And all types of he's lost, man. He's in all types of people's doctrines, man. And it needs the people that go on their comment board, man. Is lost Jakes, man. Lost Jakes. That's the type of people that go on their comment board. Teach Ak. Yeah, Ak. He's in the spirit. He's in the spirit of going off, man. Talking about the Sabbath is not dictated by the moon, man. It's Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. All right, man. With that, I'm closing out. Hope the lesson was edifying. And I'll catch you guys in another lesson. Shalom.